It's nighttime, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the dark, because in any given spot, it's just as likely as not that a zombie might pop out and start licking his chops. And before I could scream or get help by yelling that a zombie's trying to munch on my melon, I start running away. But too slowly, it seems, and I wake up, and I realize it was just a bad dream. But reality's not always as great as it seems, because I've seen that scene from Lord of the Rings, and no dream could be scarier than a spider that's hairier than Sasquatch, sitting there watching me from its asbestos-speckled spot on my apartment loft. And I lay with the monster an inch from my nose, and I curse the bunk bed that brought me this close to the ceiling, and I'm feeling it start to crawl on my ear. And at that moment, you'd think that the spider's my number one fear. But you'd be wrong. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of spiders and snakes and clowns and bats and psychopaths and matches and axes and when you're dating and you got flatulence and creepy sadistics. But none of those hold a candle to statistics. And I'm not talking about the mode, median, the mean, the regression, or the p-values. I mean, those can be scary. But I'll take quality over quantity any day. And that's why it's the content, it's the meaning behind the math that makes me gasp. For instance, has anyone ever told you your shooting average right before you take a free throw? All right, you're hitting 13% of those out there. Go get them. I mean, that's not helpful. So it's no wonder to me that people have trouble making big decisions when the internet says that 95% of diets fail, or that 50% of Americans are dissatisfied with their jobs, or that 76% of statistics are made up on the spot. But this one I got from the American Psychological Association, so it should be legit. They say that 50% of marriages end in divorce. Are they just trying to tell me that I'm playing the slots with my future? That I'm flipping a coin hoping my marriage lands on heads? Because if someone hands me a revolver with 50% of the bullets in the chamber, I'm not going to pull that trigger. But that statistics are bad is not what I imply. I'm just saying if you let them live your life, then your life will be dry. Because man cannot live by statistics alone, and there's a difference between what we do and don't know. History is saturated with people whose minds were maturated beyond their times, sublimely entwining their tiny knowledge with creativity and hope, as onlookers joked about their mental proclivity. But who's got the last laugh? Because it turns out that E really does equal MC squared, and the way that the planets move is contrary to the way that people used to believe. So don't listen to the Pharisees and Sadducees, because it turns out that vaccines, Snuggies, space travel, America, Everest, 9-volt batteries, people shattering records that were impossible to break are now broken. So if you tell me that I have a 1% chance, I'll tell you that randomization does not determine my destiny, and magic 8 balls don't apply to me. So don't tell my future, because desire is a lurking variable, and I am not a statistic.